Don in London, good morning. It's the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour, and also behaviour around computers. Mine's on the blink, so I hope this works. Yeah, recovery from addiction to substance or behaviour. I'm an alcoholic in recovery and have been for quite a while. And I share experience, strength and hope of what it is to be in recovery one day at a time, hence all the videos, which are there for anyone, anywhere, who can't get to a meeting or doesn't know about AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, a fellowship I share about. I don't speak for the fellowship of AA, never can, don't want to, because each person within the fellowship, equal sized, speaks for themselves, where and when they choose to do so. I'm trying to slow down because I want to get a message across, and I don't know whether this video is going to work or not. And that's a bit better. Right, how does AA help me on a daily basis? Well, as you can probably guess from all videos, I take it one day at a time, and I share about the fellowship of AA because that's where I get experience, strength and hope of how to live one day at a time in recovery. So I'm just going to share the AA preamble first, and then some of my own daily reflections about what's going on. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. That's it, a desire to stop. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. So between the many, we cover what we need to cover to have meetings, tea, coffee and biscuits and some literature, and try and help with communications and a website. That's AA, but I am not AA. I'm just sharing how it helps me. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. All my videos. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. So with that primary purpose in mind, to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety, just to be sober one day, and that's why I do these videos. So if you're isolated and alone, I'm just one voice of many, and if you can get out to meetings or find a network of people via the internet, if it suits you, why not? Why not try and see? So within the fellowship we learn about the 12 steps to help a person learn what it's like to be in recovery one day at a time, live in the moment and now, hopefully, and keep on track. You can still have ambitions and a career and a life, but it's about emotional and spiritual well-being. So my notes for this morning, I thought to myself, well, all the steps today, what are all the steps about? And I won't read this bit, I'll just do it from what they mean to me right now. So, 12 steps to help me on a daily basis. Step 1, I am powerless over alcohol, and if I were to take a drink, life would get unmanageable. Step 2, restore to sanity on a daily basis. And if I'm going mad because I'm being driven mad by something or somebody, I can ask for help. Step 3, let go and let good things happen. We're not God. Often we need help and direction, so ask for help. Step 4 is an inventory of our personality traits, if you like. The good, the bad and the ugly of us. Fearless moral inventory, which we undertake as soon as we can. So we understand who we are and what we've done and what's good and bad about us, and how much of it was down to what we did. So it's an inventory on a personal level, not the rest of the world. So it's getting to understand what makes us tick, and then step 5, share it with another human being. and you choose who you share it with, and depending on your beliefs and faiths, it's really up to you. Step 6, a good look at what it was like back in the day. What were the extremes of our behaviour, sometimes called defects of character, and more like, if you like, the vices of life. To what extremes did we go? And then step 7 is looking at our shortcomings, those things we lacked part of the time. Courage to change, faith in doing the next right thing, which often in my case is just say, be sober today, faith in doing the next right thing, and in improving my confidence. And step 6 and 7 are important because step 6 relates to the old life very often, and step 7 is about a new life, courage, faith and confidence to try live sober one day at a time. Step 8 is about making a list of amends and being willing to make them. Step 9 is making the amends to those we can without doing further harm. It's about getting our side of the street clean. Step 10 is about meditation and prayer, and again personal beliefs come into this. It's what you choose and understand is right for you around a higher power. And for me, the higher power is very simple. It's the truth, love and wisdom shared by others who have the right idea about life, and I still have to find them and ask them for help from time to time. I've missed one out, haven't I? Step 10 is not prayer and meditation. Step 10 is a spot check inventory. What's going on right now? And sometimes it's very important, if we find ourselves in conflict, that we know and understand our part in it. So step 10 is looking at ourselves. What am I doing in this situation? Then step 11 is about prayer and meditation. And step 12 is, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, being able to share the message to other people. And the spiritual awakening for me was the ability to live in reality and to cope with it. So those are the steps. And that took a few minutes to say. So all the steps in one. The first 6 steps are recognising the old life. So powerlessness, insanity, thinking we had to do it all without help, personal inventory, sharing that inventory with another human being, and looking at the extremes we went to. So those are the first 6 steps. So recognising the old life, what happened and where we are today. It is about sweeping our side of the street clean, and then the next 6 steps, all about making a new life. So step 7 is improving on areas where maybe we weren't able to deal with life so well. So it's about courage to change, faith, this is step 7, faith in doing the next right thing, and gaining confidence in a new way of life, that's step 7. Step 8 is the list and being willing to make those amends. 9 is about making those amends without doing further harm. 10 is the spot check inventory, any time of day. Ask yourself, am I sitting in the old life and judging the world, or am I in the new life where I say to myself, I'm just part of this and I have a part to play, and what happens next is as a result of my behaviour as much as anything else. And then the prayer and meditation can be done at any time of day around the can do and cannot do of life, which is the serenity prayer for me. And step 12 is what I'm doing here, trying to share some experience, strength and hope. And those next 6 steps, all about the new life, making sure we know our personal values are to be open, honest and willing to change. That we can live life one day at a time, we can still have aspirations and live happily without alcohol, and most importantly, absolutely, we find freedom to live life with the ability and experience of how to love people, how to be loved back by people, which is very difficult sometimes when we've been isolated and we're not very good at loving people. It's harder sometimes to accept love and help because we're looking for the angles in it, and usually, often within fellowship, there are no angles, but there can be, because people are in different states of progress. So you'll still find people who try and use you or me because it suits them, and then we tell them where to go if we need to. and find useful endeavours which are appropriate and right for us and possible as we explore the opportunities one day at a time. We become free to choose life sober, and then we have adventures today. We are not immune to the good, bad and ugly of life. We live it and feel it in the moment of now. At least this is my choice today. So I'm going to meet people who maybe want to exploit me as much as they want to be a part of it and invite me to be included in things. And today, as I remind myself about the steps and what they do for me, my morning reflections as I woke up early, and I had enough sleep in one go, which is really unusual for me. And it is great, sleeping for 6 hours in a row, 6 hours sleep, and I haven't had that for months and months. And when I ask myself, as part of my morning routine, how am I feeling? I feel okay. And I can be me today. I do not have to pretend anything or worry about what people think of me. How am I feeling? Why and what to do? As life feels good and I feel rested, not exhausted. I am open, honest and willing this morning. So when my computer went on the blink, and it still might be, it's been resorting itself, and it's been 2 hours of patience. I've done some paperwork, but it didn't really hit the spot. I wanted to get this out and done. Not to, because I need to be in contact with people today. So why and what to do? All life feels good, and I feel rested and not exhausted. I am open, honest and willing this morning. This morning, a gentle reminder of step 1 is good. I am powerless over alcohol. And I don't wish to be powerful over anything, especially people, places and things. And this is a personal choice on my part. I'm not here in the world to control people. I'm here in the world to be part of what is going on and what I prefer to be involved in. So it's not saying yes to everything, it's about learning how to say no. As Gandhi said, an emphatic no is better than a half-hearted yes. So learning how to say no has been one of the big ones for me. Experiencing life as it is, and not trying to control it or others, simply living the journey of now. And step 2, I don't feel the old insanities of addiction, trying to hang on to the remnants of the past. And letting go the notion that I must do everything and show the world my capacity to be me without help. Actually, I need a lot of help to be me, because being included, I keep on learning more, hopefully. Step 3, the higher power of your understanding. Your personal beliefs are imperative, and I understand God in my life to be truth, love and wisdom in the moment of now, and every experience that got me to where I am with the help of the universe, and namely fellowship, family, community, and a lot of professionals who help me on a daily basis, not on a daily basis, but the professionals are there if I need them, and I ask for them. The power of God works through people, the right people, and there are plenty like me still learning the wisdom of now, with help and asking for help, openly and truthfully today. So I can go off the boil and get a bit negative and go back into my old life beliefs. So why is it like this, and why does my computer play up? Because I did something. I can ask for help, and I am happy to do so. The more I learn and experience, I realise there is so much more I will never know. Emotional and spiritual for me is able to cope in the moment of now. And when I cannot, ask for help. It takes me a few moments to remind myself I am simply part of the big picture, and the big picture is always bigger than me. So truth, love and wisdom abounds around me. I know that I can keep on an even keel most of the time, even when life is difficult. Things happen and we wonder why it is always happening to me, the bad and the ugly bits as well. Simply the answer is we all get the bad and ugly bits. And we learn and we keep on learning as life goes along. And knowing that we can ask for help, it changes everything as we become to understand how step 6 is the old life of peril and reaching for a drink, where our behaviour becomes extreme and unhelpful. And step 7 helps us to approach life differently, with courage, faith in the next right thing, and confidence that the outcomes will be as good as they can be in the moment of now. Once we understand reality, everything is much easier, because we realise what we can do and what we cannot do, and the wisdom to know the difference. Every day We will find things difficult some of the time, and absolutely wonderful some of the time. Reality, it really is the best place to be when our feelings or emotional connection is right, and we are able to see the truth of our situation with people, places and things. So if we see the truth of now, good, bad and ugly, and our part in it, we can resolve and ask for help if we need it. If these 12 steps did not work, developing me as a human being to be able to experience the reality of now, feelings working in the moment and reality to be lived, I would not write or share experience, strength and hope that fellowship gives me today. Simply human beings being human together, sharing the truth as best we can, and knowing even when people are at their very worst, they are the best they can be right now. I see newcomers coming into fellowship, confused beyond belief, and I do feel the pain when I did feel the pain when I was a newcomer, but it is not the same pain felt by a new person being shocked into reality one day at a time. It was tough for me, and I still remember the pain, but I can't feel it like I felt it in the raw, because it hasn't been that raw for a long time. Anyway, on a personal level, telephones. Having been excited to upgrade my mobile phone from a brick, well, not quite a brick, but into the enlightened age of connected to everything, it's not working very well. The reason being me. I need to read the instructions, set it up correctly, and really study how to make it work. It is an endeavour which will take me more than one day, because I have other interests and other things to do. And as long as it works as a telephone, which it does not yet seem to do, life will be restored to ordinary. In olden days I would have been tearing out the little hair I have. These days nothing is that urgent unless it is about people and how to help, and that comes first always in my recovery today, because often I do have the time to help if I can, and that's why I do these videos. Just it's there in case, and today as best it can be and as I can be. So frustrating morning, computer not working properly, telephone not working properly, a quick conversation with a friend, and I haven't even got to emails, and I've been up since 2 AM, but on the way to 2 AM I got 6 hours sleep, and I woke up halfway through and I thought, well, if I'm able to sleep some more, why not? Because last night nothing was urgent. Anyway, it means I've been awake for quite a while and I'm quite happy. So I adjust myself to what is, not what it ought to be. I ought to sleep between 11 and 6, 7 hours, and it hasn't happened in the last 15 or 16 years, except once when I was dried out. I got 9 hours in one go, but ever since then, to get 6 hours like I did last night was absolute bliss. So when I woke up in the early hours, silly o'clock as we call it, I don't mind, because as Dale Carnegie says, if you can't sleep, why not get up and do something useful? So that's what I did. Noises off. Police. I live almost next to a police station, which in the olden days would have been very handy if I'd swerved past in a drunken state. I never got locked up for that, or anything else for that matter, but many of us do, and we work through all those things. So what helps me most at the end of these videos is the Serenity prayer. Can do, can't do, wisdom to know the difference. I learn what I can do today, and if I cannot do something, and it's important, ask for help. Excuse me. So in the Serenity prayer, it's to God, or in good conscience, or a power greater than you, and my power is the truth, love and wisdom of the universe, far bigger, and how to be included in life, how to love people, be loved back, and useful. Find useful endeavours. And if we know the first step to that is sober, we've got a starting point. Right, I'm sober today. Family, job, career, friendships, fellowship. Sober, the rest of life is going to work. Good, bad or ugly. And if I can't cope, I can ask for help. So to God or in good conscience, as you choose, the Serenity prayer being restored back to serenity from insanity often, in my case. You know, I could have gone mad as hell this morning, thought I'll throw the computer out the window, and I have seen people do that, but I really can't afford to. So work with what works. That's where we start, and then we're okay. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference in the moment, minute, hour. I can stop, pause, and ask myself, what can I do and what I cannot do, and where do I ask for help? Because that way I'm including me in a conversation with you, if you have the answer. Just for today.